Howdy, folks. Welcome to CNC with Javi, or Soldering with Javi. And we're going to be soldering tonight. Got a lot of wires to solder. So welcome. Let me type in my welcome. Welcome, folks. There we go.
Let me
And
go to the YouTube.
go to the YouTube. Make sure you have your wrench in case there's some wrenchables come in.
I'll tell you about it before anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, let's see. There's 57. I'm looking for 59. There's 56, 55, 48. Oh, goodness gracious, where are you? All out of order. 54, no number.
I have the wrench.
Yay. All right,
Yeah.
So 49. 50. I got 58 here. I need 59. All right.
Dave Krause is in the house. Hello,
Hey,
Dave.
Dave. How's it going? Searching for my lost panel here. Okay, so we got 38 here. Okay, so let's go 58. I'll put these in order. Somewhat 58. 50.
I don't think you're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
They got too much there.
There's 56. There's 57. 56. Yeah, I know.
Hello, Dennis. Dennis Mills should just join us.
Welcome, Dennis. Let's see. So we got 50. Where's 5? There's 55. Now 54 I saw. 50. Thought I saw it. I guess, there it is. 54. 53, I know was over here. Okay, 53, 52. Yeah. 51, 50, 49, 48. Looking for 47, 49, 48. $47. $46. $45. $44. I need 43. Found 59 finally. That's the one I was looking for originally.
I know.
43, 42. Some of these are done, some of these aren't, but I want to put them all in order. So 42. All right. 41, 40, 39, and 38. 38 was way over here. Okay, folks. My craziness has ended. Now to your craziness. All right, let's see what we got here.
If you ask
59.
my wife, she'll tell you yes. I am
59 is completely wired. Beautiful. That one was easy and quick.
Love it when they're like that.
Oh, I'm telling you. Now comes 58.
Dave says take good care of number 40.
Yeah. Yep. Will do. Let's see. 40 is, here's 41. There's 40, and it's already fully wired. So
I believe that was the one that was shaken and not stirred, Dave. Pull that James Bond reference on you.
oh yeah. Alrighty. Time to tin. It's tin time.
Mhm. Yeah, Dave says as long as it works, he didn't care what you do to it.
Oh,
I
that
hear you.
I'll guarantee you they work.
He'll guarantee it works at his place, by God. And
Yeah, I
don't blame the mailman now.
can't say anything about the mailman, but
Don't
they'll
blame the
work.
mailman.
I always blame the mailman.
I know. I've seen that.
Yeah, but
Doesn't bother me as much as it used to.
well, that's because the pictures. Oh, you got some noise over there. That's because the
Somebody
pic.
just showed up at the door, so the hyena went barking.
Yep, I hear that. So the mailman. Um, the reason I blamed him a couple of times is because okay, mute yourself, Russ.
I thought I did.
No, sorry.
Okay.
So
Oh,
then,
that's right. Wrong one.
oh, there you go. So then, the reason I blame the postman, and it's only because I received proof from my client, customer, of the entailing. I don't want to say wreckage, but let's just say, you know, that and the fact that the first few that I sent out, for those of you who've been following me, the first 3 or 4 that I sent out, I sent the boxes. I put the motors in the boxes by themselves. I mean, not by themselves, in the boxes without any kind of, I put them with packing material, but not with any kind of liner like I do now. Now they've got, it's a box there's a wooden box that comes, inside your, so they still managed to drop kick them somehow, but not as bad.
It hurts a lot, when you have to kick it like that and you have the right shoes on.
Yeah, I know. I made sure that I made it so it would hurt even more. So nobody would. So hopefully they wouldn't do it. But
Bobby Sam's just joined us.
hey, Bobby, I am tinning hobby boxes.
Ah, Marcello.
Marcello Bayonne is here.
That's how I would have said it, but I'm not sure about that last name.
Bayonne should be the right
I know.
pronunciation, but that's how
He's Italian, see, he's not Spanish.
I know. But
See, that's what throws me.
it
He's
might
going to
be.
have to let me know on that.
Yeah, then it might be Belong. But I don't know. Maybe he's Italian with a French last name. Huh?
That's
You
a
ever think about that?
possibility, clear that up for us, Marcello.
All righty. So now comes, some more fun parts. Okay, so let's give this a haircut. Mm-hmm. You know what?
That's the same thing my wife told me. Give this a haircut. I said,
The right,
no, thank
the
you.
right tool for the right job. Here we go. There we go.
Marcello says, say bell on.
Bell on.
Yep.
All right. Bell on it
Marcello,
is.
bell on. We got you.
All right. So let's see here. I had only soldered 4 onto the 5 inputs, so now I'll solder the 5th.
Which inputs are you soldering?
The inputs and outputs on the hobby box.
Mm.
The 5-pin.
Okay. Marcello says he hadn't had a haircut for 5 months now.
Yeah.
Marcello's been a lot longer than that for me.
Yeah, see. Same here. Well, yes and no. I do the old trimmy trim.
Yeah. You got a question. Chris Coppenall is asking if you're ready for the big show tomorrow.
Well, that's a good question. The topic will likely be beginning tips and tricks, I guess. Which means between now and then I got to come up with some beginning tips and tricks. So I'm not completely ready. I mean, I haven't even gotten my intro set up. I know the music, dun 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 dun. You know, but
sounds familiar.
yeah, I'm using the same music as Dave's there, but again, I don't have anything. I do and I don't. I mean,
well, the fellers in the chat should come up with some good questions.
oh yeah,
I'm sure they will.
that they will.
I'll be the one representing on the panel that doesn't know too much.
There you go.
That'll be my part of it. Huh?
Yep.
I used to do that when Dave's show, when he first started. I was the only one on the panel that didn't really know much of anything.
Yeah,
I told him I'm representing.
Yeah, you can ask all the newbie questions, because I mean there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. What I may do is I actually may go through my one of these days I'll have a hobby box one where it's, you know, I guess how to hook it up and all that stuff, because that way I could always save it.
Oh yeah, and refer back, yeah.
And when anybody ever buys one, they could just look at that one episode and we're done.
Marcello had a question. He asked how many of your boxes that you made were for replacement of other people's product.
You know, that's a good question. I think so far I know of 3. I know of 3. So I mean, there may be more, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's 3 people that used to have Xylotex and they either burned out. I mean, you know, stuff happens, things get old, or they
Brother Dave's in the house.
Hey, Brother Dave. They either burned out or it was one of them was for an Avid, one of the clients that I had, and like I said, a couple of them were Xylotexes, but one guy just wanted to buy a hobby box because he wanted to have all the inputs and outputs, and he just left he had a Xylotech and he left it as a backup. And that was, you know, surprising, but you know, hey, it could happen. I mean, whatever floats your boat. All righty, now we go for the 4 motors. We get 4 yellows. We get 4 reds. We get 4 blues.
I don't think Dave Gatton's going to know what to do with himself whenever he has a free night tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, he will.
No more late night.
His answer is going to be as little as possible.
Mike Bell just joined us.
Hey, Michael. How's it going?
He'll have no more late night Amazon buying sessions.
Sure he will.
that
never stopped us.
Yeah. Dave, my wrench is bigger than yours.
God. Craziness.
Yeah, we're going to cut that out.
Yeah. Nice wrench you got there, Russ. That's funny.
Anybody got any questions for Javi? Now's the time.
I got plenty of time. So basically, what I'm doing is, like I've mentioned before in the past, I like to, if I'm going to do one little procedure like this, I might as well do it on multiple boxes rather than doing it once and then retooling for something else. Because when it comes time to heat shrinking, I'm going to have all the heat shrink, boom, 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 all in a row, and I'll have the gun and continue. Whereas if I have to take the gun out and then I got to flip to the soldering gun, and then I got to do it gets to be a pain. And it's just time consuming, is what it is. Mass production. Henry Ford had it right.
That was just what I was thinking of. Henry Ford and the assembly line.
Mm-hmm. I'm just a one-man assembly line is the only difference. But since I have multiple procedures, I separate them as need be. Okay, so and I'm grabbing 4 wires at a time because it's easy to strip with this thing 4 wires. So done.
Now that's a question I haven't expected to see. Dave asked me.
What did he ask?
When was the last time? What year you got a haircut? Oh, Dave, I'm gonna go out on a limb. Say it was about 4 years ago, roughly. Dave Krause wants to know what's the dimensions of the box.
12 by 12 by 5.5.
That was quick and easy, buddy. Quick and easy.
It is the large.
To put that.
It's the large flat rate size. By no sheer coincidence. I made sure that it fit perfect because anymore, and you guys would be paying $60, $70 or more for shipping, and there's no need for that when I can put it all in that size. Takes a little bit of creative. Let's put it this way: the extra fan that I designed in there, the extra 2 fans that I designed in there for airflow, make it easy for me to fit everything in the box, and therefore, so you're paying $2 or $3 extra for a fan, and you're saving 40 or 50 and you're saving in size, and it's a better design. So that was, I mean, people ask me all the time, what's your reason for doing this? What's your reason for doing this? Well, my reasons, most of them are in the frequently asked questions, but if you wonder why, there's a reason for everything that I did here. Some of the reasons, though, some are valid reasons, like the fan thing and the size of the box and everything. But other reasons are, well, it's a choice. It's you either go this way or you go this way. Why didn't you do this? Because I did this. Why did I do this? Because I didn't do that. You design your box, you do that. Most of the reasons for the Javi box involve money. It's all about saving you guys everything I could without sacrificing the quality. It's a hobby CNC, so I'm not going to have 556s in there instead of DM 556s instead of DM 542s. because, oh yeah, they could run NEMA 34s. Then I got to add a power supply. So now you got the cost of an extra power supply, add another 35, 40 bucks, add the cost of the motors. I mean, you're basically paying $80 to $90 more. And that's just one little aspect. That's one decision. 80 bucks more for something that you're not going to use. You know, people make a lot of different decisions every day on these things.
Big D just joined us.
Hey, Big D. So that's,
Believe it or not, that sounds like a whole lot of thought went into this process.
Well, there was about approximately 2 months of research. And when I was ready, because it all started back in November of last year, where Dave was telling me, listen, I know I've mentioned it before. I remember his words. I know I mentioned it before, but you should consider building a controller box and stuff because there's a need for it. He just kept telling me there's a need. And that last time in December, I thought, okay, I've heard it enough. There's a need. Let's see if it's feasible. And in the past, and you can ask Dave this, in the past 2 or 3 times, I thought about it. And I didn't put that much thought into it. I just priced the components out. And I go, the components are going to be $500. So, there's going to be no profit in it, or very little, if anything. It's not worth it, for the time. But then I had a lot more time. I have a desire to. I consider it fun doing the components. So in the end, I finally gave in and started knocking these things out because this is enjoyable for me anyway.
It's not for a lot of people, but for me it is.
Yeah, I mean, some people enjoy welding. I can't stand welding. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah, my dad was a welder his whole life. I learned right away that I didn't want to be a welder.
Yeah.
Too many burned eyes.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah, that's true.
A lot of times I had to bring him back home from the hospital with Demerol in his system because he couldn't see and it was hurting. And I had to carry him from the car to the house. And so I said, no, I don't think welding's going to be in my future.
Now, that's the time before those auto darkening masks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that the reason why? Or
no, it's those sidewinders that usually would get him. Mm-hmm. People would strike an arc while he had his hat up, and it would catch him on the side.
Oh.
And those kinds of things, those inadvertent ones when you're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
And as a many a time, I had to carry him to the emergency room, get some salve and some Demerol. And believe me, by the time the 30 minutes was up, bringing him back home, I literally had to throw him over my shoulder and carry him in the house.
Wow. Yeah, that's some rough stuff. I'll tell you. There's a lot of things in this life that I enjoy. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't. Mowing the lawn. There's another one. There's another one that people think I'm insane. I love to mow the lawn.
I do as well. I hate to weed eat.
Don't get me wrong. I hate weeding. Yeah.
Oh man, you're just like me.
Yeah. Can't stand the weeding.
Nah.
Love the mowing. Well, I don't mind the weeding now because the weeding now consists of a sprayer with Roundup.
We just got joined by Jesse Brown.
Hey, JJ, how's it going?
He said he got flash burned a couple of times. Very painful. You better believe it's painful.
Yeah, that's no fun whatsoever.
Dave said, that sure is a nice shirt you got. Yeah, I was wearing it tonight because I was thinking it was Saturday night. See, when I'm retired, I don't pay attention to the days of the week. and I wore my
There
safety orange.
there are days in the week.
Yeah, evidently you think the way I do.
So yeah, these God, I remember the first set of aviation connectors when I started out with the Javi boxes. Oh my God. I think I trashed like 3 of them before I finally got the hang of it. And got the hang of it because I used to do this all the time as a kid, but
Mm-hmm.
and then a large part of it was I was using one of these Chinese soldering irons with bad solder,
Yeah, that's not good.
and that didn't help either. Now it's like, look, I just put one in, take the soldering iron off, wait till it cools, give it a little blow. Next, okay, here comes the blue. Put in a blue, tin the tip, put it down, insert it. Sometimes it takes a shorter amount of time, sometimes it doesn't. Wait for it, give it a little blow, done. Test it.
Marcello, yeah. Oh,
Goes
look
up.
there. Marcello says when you're retired, it's a weekend every day.
Yep.
And I told some old co-workers the other day, they were talking about they're still having to work. And I told them I got 6 months vacation twice a year. And I love it.
Yep.
So I'm on vacation.
Yep.
Jesse said his retirement means it's a work day 7 days a week. It's a play day 7 days a week.
Yep.
I still say I'm gonna get over that way pretty soon. I don't know when yet. Jesse.
Where at?
Jesse over there. He's only about 3 hours from me.
Wow.
Roughly.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. If I can get my wife to let me go.
So every single one of these, I've got 29 connections. Some of them are easier than the others.
Jim Bashir just joined us. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Jimbo.
Doing? Long time no see.
There's one that knows electronics, except I don't know if he solders much anymore these days. Do you, Jim? Because for him, it's all those fancy schmancy, newfangled automated components.
Yeah.
He doesn't worry about soldering. There's plugs. So here we go. Another one here.
Jim says he has a soldering station set up. I would have figured he's more into the breadboarding.
Those days were fun too.
They were. I think I still have a little breadboard set up out there in the shop before I turned it into a wood shop.
I got 3 or 4 of them in a box. I still have a universal breadboard from Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock it. The Shack, hey, look at that.
That was my favorite place to go, man.
The Shack. Hang on.
Yeah, I got that.
There you go. The Shack has fantastic components, man.
And by God, that comes in handy. I've used that many times.
It does. It does indeed. And there's another one. 58. Let's go for 57. And here we are.
Jim said the 5-pin M12 connector rules the automation industry.
5-pin 12 what?
M12 connector.
Oh, the M12 connector. It's a beautiful thing.
Said he's got a drawer of those and Arduinos.
Yeah. Oh, now comes the fun part. Tinning aviation connectors.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jim. He said he loved Radio Shack till they went Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think they did that to try to stay in business and try to stay relevant. There wasn't that many of us that like to go over there and get those electronics parts.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite place to go.
Same here.
Close, local.
Yep.
Now I have an an industrial electronics supply house in town that I have to go to get any parts now. Which, by the way, I've had to do twice for two different heat presses. I had to go over there and get a thermal fuse.
Oh yeah, I use Amazon for those things.
Yeah, well, this was close and I didn't have to wait.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the switch went bad on this one we have now, and burnt up on one side. So I said, "Oh crap!" So I called up there. We went up there and they had one, and I came back and I changed that baby out and fixed everything up, and it works like it's on.
I remember around here, around Orlando, they had an Olson's surplus electronics. Oh, I was like a kid in a candy store.
I can imagine.
Ooh, what can I buy? What can I buy? What can I buy? You know, you used to go there and it's like woodworking now. I used to go there and I used to get funny ideas from all the parts. And in the end, it was the parts themselves that gave me an idea of something really cool to build, and I built it. Well, built it, or like most of us intended to build it, and then the parts kept laying around until they were thrown away.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim says he had a couple of those around there, but because of all the steel mills and industrial supplies, I guess now they're all gone. He said Allied Electronics and DigiKey killed them. Online shopping. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I used Mouser and can't remember who the other one was for parts.
DigiKey for me. But the problem with DigiKey and Allied, I mean, it's nice, but they're great because they have everything, but they're lousy because, oh my God, you got to find a part that you're unsure about. You basically have to go through their entire.
Yeah.
I need a solid state relay. I got pages and pages and pages and pages and pages.
Yep.
Which one do you need? I don't know.
Jim said they had Heathkit just over the state line in Michigan when he was in high school. He used to go there on Saturdays.
Those were the days.
We were talking about Heathkit. We've talked about that before. Heathkit. I always wanted that stinking TV that they had. And I wanted to put together that TV. When I got in the Navy, I had been talking about it when I got to a ship. And there was a guy out there on that ship that had built one. He said, you wouldn't believe the color that's on that thing. Stephen Toronto says, is this the new live show?
No, the new live show is tomorrow. This is the same old show.
Soldering with Javi. Yeah, I love that. I never did get that TV. I did a couple of smaller kits, but I never did get the TV. I was on board ship and didn't have any place to put it.
Yep. Yeah. I used to get a kick out of the little computers that they sell there. The Heathkit computer kits. Heathkit oscilloscope. Oh.
Yeah, that's something I always wanted too, and I never did get that either. When I was at Jim said he got the 8-bit computer anenoscope. It still has them.
Nice.
I know they were giving some away when I came out of the Navy. I went to college for computer electronics, and at the end of that class, they were giving scopes away and stuff like that. And I picked up one. It's gone now, but I did have one for a while.
Yeah, it's amazing how at FIU, I'll never forget, FIU every year has a surplus sale. well, most colleges do and stuff. And
Yeah.
and I got on the bidding list, and I went there for 2 or 3 years in a row. And this was when they were switching over from, if you guys can remember, from EGA
Yep.
to VGA.
You're right.
They had no, sorry. They had CGA, EGA, and VGA, and they were all going to SVGA.
Super
So
video.
so SVGA, they got rid of all their VGA, EGA, and CGA monitors. And oh man, they sold them by the lots, and I paid $80-$70 for a lot. Yeah, I'll take it. $80 for a lot. Yeah, and I was bidding. I ended up with about 800 monitors.
Damn.
Stored them for about a year or two in a warehouse. Ended up going to the Ham Fest and maybe making $800 off them all. But which when you think about it, how much storage fees in a warehouse came out to somewhere about 12.
Now, where'd you go? What'd y'all do with Javi?
Yeah, not that button.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, leaving me to run the show, and I ain't even got a soldering iron in front of me.
The mouse. I clicked on the mouse, and one of the keys is back, so it went back to the previous page. And well, anyway,
I can hear Dave saying, "Not that button,
not that button." So what? So I ended up making about $800, and like I said, $1,200 a year is what it cost me in fees of storing the stuff. One of my little learning experiences in life. A lot of people go through that and they still don't learn. So I consider myself lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that when I started at college, they were giving away old equipment just like that. They're just giving it away from throughout the different departments, and they had a big old box of nothing but keyboards.
Oh yeah,
and so they had it's a good sized box. They put it out there in the hall. Anybody want one can take one. After everybody took one, I took all the rest. I brought them all home.
Yep.
And the biggest hard drive that we were using at the time, I found the biggest one, and it was a 1 gig.
Ooh.
1 gig, man. But that was back in the time where for you were using dial up.
Yep.
And I was using a 300 baud dial up for internet capacity.
Oh, I know those times well. I tell the story. Yeah. I've probably told the story 3 or 4 times of my Apple profile. My 5 megabyte Apple profile hard drive, 8-inch discs, 5 or 6 of them in a box, about 5 inches high by, I'd say, about 18 inches long by, well, it was the same width of the Apple II, the Apple III, because it was meant for an Apple III. 5 megabyte, and it was $4,000.
Yeah.
And yes, I bought it.
My instructor was he asked me a question one day when I came to class. He said he knew I was using a 300 baud modem,
right?
And I said I had to download a program, and he said, "How long did it take you?" And I said, "I don't know. I set it and forgot it because I went to bed and I prayed to God that I wouldn't get a phone call."
Yeah, in the middle. Off. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Man, you know what? That is a real pisser when that happens.
Oh, you're not kidding.
And he was laughing because he said he was using the brand new 2400 bauds.
24.4. Yeah.
Yeah. 14.4.
No, 28.4. 14.4, 28.
Yeah.
28.
It was 2400 before it got to those.
28.8, 2400. Yep.
Then I went to 14.4 and then 28. But
you also had 9600.
Yeah, 9600 was in there. I didn't get one of those. Yeah. I was out of my price range.
I started in the 110 baud acoustical days. 110 and 300 baud with the acoustical. You put the headset on the acoustical mode.
Yeah, those were the days. Paul Stewart just joined us. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Yeah, those are fantastic times to relive. And every now and then, I don't know, every now and then I actually go on and I go on the internet and I do listen once every 4 or 5 years. I'll Google the sound.
Well, I tell you what, that's somebody that misses it. I'll tell you.
Well, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to relive those memories.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of still hear it now if you're calling somebody and it's after hours and you'll get their fax machine. It sounds real similar to that.
Well, one of the movies that I've always liked was Tom Hanks and what's her face in You've Got Mail.
Yeah.
And in You've Got Mail, they actually have the sounds of the connection and all that stuff.
Right,
So every time I watch that, I think, those were the days. You've got mail. How many times? Because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was definitely an AOL user. You've got mail.
Yep.
Oh, man. Good times.
Yeah, they used to allow you to change the ringtones.
Oh yeah.
For all those things, and for You've Got Mail, I changed it to Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones and say, you got some letters, and that kind of stuff. You know, it used to allow you to change things up.
Yeah, I know. I used to put Star Trek sounds of all sorts in there.
Oh, I did. I do that on my phone now.
I think if I'm not mistaken, one of the sounds that I put for You've Got Mail was or was it later for texting? I don't remember, but it was Sulu going, "Oh joy."
I've got for messages, I've got the next generation.
No, I'm sorry.
I've got
his was oh my. His was oh my. It was McCoy. McCoy said, "Oh joy." I mean, there's a deadpan oh joy that was just hilarious.
I've got a whole set of Star Trek stuff on here. Most of it is original, but some of it is next generation.
Yeah.
And I've got Captain Kirk telling Spock. I don't remember what I had it set for, but it's Spock, are you out of your Vulcan mind?
Yeah.
I can't remember what I had that one set for, but I got a lot of them on here for that. I used to. I don't know if I still have it set up that way, but the program is still there.
Yeah.
Jim said he used to call up the computer at work and whistle in the phone, and it would try to connect.
Oh yeah, all the time. I love it. Whenever I got a computer, I go.
Marcello has to leave.
Yeah, because if you actually, what I used to do was I used to go. Just I would just a different sound, and one of them would actually trigger a fax machine. Go yeah.
See you later, Marcello.
Have a good one, Marcello. Yeah, those are some fun times. For us old folks, anyway.
Speak for yourself.
This is the time-consuming part. It takes me longer to do these 10 for the inputs and outputs than it does for all the rest.
Yeah,
because the rest are just they're the bigger cups. They're the bigger connectors, so it takes me seconds. But oh man.
Jim said he worked on weather fax machines in the Air Force. We used to do all kinds of stuff to them.
Yeah. See, one thing I love, I got to tell you, and I don't know if you guys are the same with electronics, but here's a tip for you. I love these heavy duty cutters here. The ones meant for big cable, or thicker cables, these kind of,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to these cutters. And I'll tell you why. This is great for this snip is great for snipping like the middle of a wire or something like that. However, when it comes to these little things and like I stripped them, and let's say I stripped them just a little bit too long and I got a snip just a tiny bit. The reason I like these is with the snips, they flatten them and they spread them out. And then you got to go take and do your finger
Twist
again
them
and
again.
twist
Yeah.
and stuff. With this, it snips them, but it brings them together. It keeps them together. So now, I just, dip them into the flux and tin them, and I'm done. I mean, I don't have to worry about the
You
flat.
see, folks, you never know what you're going to get when you come show up here.
That's right. Not that you'd ever use these tips, but maybe you would.
You might.
Maybe you might. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, these are super easy. The 3 and the 4 pin,
Mm-hmm.
but you get me involved with those little those stupid ass 5 pins. They just take forever to. All right. So, any questions?
Not yet. If you had one and I didn't see it, say it again.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty soon, I'm going to have to go and cut a lot more wires. So, yeah, I think we have enough time. I'm going to show you the procedure, because as soon as I finish soldering this one, I'll show you the procedure that I use for taking a reel of wire and making a bunch of these, if you haven't seen me do it before.
I have not.
It's an interesting procedure.
I've already seen it done. I've never seen you do it.
Well, you will shortly see it.
I'll be amazed and amused.
You will be amused. I don't know about amazed. The amusing part comes because wait till you see what I use for my standard of measurement.
I knew there was a measurement in there somewhere. You just couldn't eyeball it.
Yeah, see, I like to have. What was that?
That is my phone telling me I've got potential
Oh,
spam.
okay, good. I heard bzzz, and I go, oh my God, is my air conditioning acting up? Did I keep my compressor on in the other room? I didn't know what it was.
I had it on vibrate instead of being turned off.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. So let me tin all of these.
Well, if Jim finally retires, he might want to come down that way. Maybe you can put him to work with your hobby boxes.
I'll be happy to. I'll lock him in here all day and Let him enjoy the fumes as much as he does. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 left. 9 left. 10 and 10. 8 left. 10 and 10. 7 left. Pick up the solder. Put it on the wire.
That's all there is to it, folks.
All there is to it. Pick up the solder. Put it on the wire. Pick up the solder. Put it on the wire. 4 more. 3 more. I should have just warmed up the solder pot, but
Well, you really didn't have that many.
well, each one of these I have to do like 29 of them. But I do 16 at a time, and it doesn't feel like that many. Okay, what did I drop? Yellow. All right. And here we go. 16 left. The order is I go from one side to another. Let me make sure this is right. This is correct. So then I go blue, red, black, yellow, blue, red, black, yellow. So blue. So we have 16 left for this box.
And 8 minutes to get it done.
8?
Well, it's almost an hour.
Oh, okay. 15. 14. 13. 12.
I think you can do it.
11. 10.
Jim Dockel just joined you. Howdy.
Howdy, Jim. 9. 8. 'Need to tin that one. There we go. Ah!
Jim asked how everybody is today. Everybody's copacetic, man.
Copacetic. Seven. Six.
Dennis Mills says, since no questions, when wiring drivers, is it okay to jump power between drivers? 2 drivers on 1 power supply.
Yeah, it depends. Okay, yes, yeah. Well, okay.
Let's qualify this.
Let's qualify this because each driver takes anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 amps. All 4 drivers will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 amps. So, if you have a 10 amp supply for all your drivers, for all 4 drivers, you feel free to hook them up together, and that's not going to be a problem whatsoever. If you have 2 5 amp supplies, 2 of the cheaper 5 amp, which is what Stepper Online gives you, then you can use that for 2 of them. Preferably put the 2 Ys together. That way, if there's ever an issue with power, you don't have any racking. It'll all turn off or on at the same time, both of them. And that's the long and the short of it. Was that your question?
That's what it sounds like.
And finally, we're officially set up with this one, which is number 57. Yay!
2 minutes and 15 seconds to spare.
Not bad. It started with what, 8? So
yeah,
I do 16 connectors in 5 minutes, but those other ones take me 10 or 15 to do. All right. So now I'm going to take.
You have to show your camera so we can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to do it up here, or somewhat up here. So take a brand new roll of cable. Brand new roll of cable. Let me clip this bent end off because I don't fancy that. Now I will take my measuring apparatus. This is my measuring apparatus.
Wow.
I'm gonna cut one. This basically is the length. Well, actually, from one corner to another is the length of. That just turned out to be about the length of cable that I need. It's actually more than enough, but I want to go better that I go bigger than have to solder all this and then have to resolder. So then I start on one little. I start actually right here because one end I'm going to cut here, the other end I'm going to cut on the opposite side. It's just convenient, and I'll show you why in a second. So then I do the old. Give me a sec because got to get it started. This is always a pain in the butt. More so when I got a camera.
Yeah, man, you're live.
Yeah. So anyway, don't know what that was, but don't care. All right. Hmm.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say answer Jim's question is probably not ISO 13485 compliant.
Oh, well, I think it is. This is the most annoying thing. Every now and then, yeah, every now and then I get a.
It won't come out.
Yeah, look at it. It's all.
Oh yeah,
It gets messed up in the box. So now it's coming out nice and smooth. It was that one thing that was bothering it. Anyway, needless to say,
yeah. Jim
Now
says
I-
the Harbor Freight case. That's the gold standard of precision measurement.
that's right. Storehouse, 20 bin, portable, whatever the hell it is. That's the gold standard of measurement tools. So I will take this a bunch of times, figuring I need, let's see, 16 and 10, 14, 7, 16 and 7, 23. I need 23 of these for one panel. So I just grab a whole batch. Oh, no. Let me rephrase that. No, it would be 6 because 23, but they're 4 cables. So, all right. So this is enough for now. And what I do is try to remember where the hell I started. There it is. All right. And I'll finish in the same place. Now the fun part begins. Oh yeah, it's up here. Buried under my stuff. Come on. Here they are. The ever almighty zip tie. So I take the zip tie.
It's a little redneck ingenuity, fellas.
Hey, I'm telling you, this works. You can't knock it.
This is worthy of Donald Matthews if I ever saw anything.
So there we go. We bundle that up, but we also bundle this up. Now I'll show you why in a second. Wow, I almost got it to where I couldn't. There we go. I'll need a wrench for this one. There we go.
What? We could have pushed that car up.
Yep, we could push that car up.
Should have.
All right, so here we go. 2 more for the opposite corner. And again, you'll soon see why. It shall all become apparent. And with parents like this, you got to remember to put my tools back in the right place here. All right. And last but not least, folks. See, now I know exactly where to cut these things. So I can pluck this off of here, or attempt to. Javi, you go through this much trouble for your hobby boxes for all of us? Yes, I do. All right. So you'll notice there's my cable. And here's my cutter. I love these cutters. So we just take the cutters, work our way in, and little by little snip quite a number at the same time. See it? I could I could really do it redneck style and put these on the miter saw. But I think this is, the right tool.
Well, Jim, man, don't you have a chainsaw?
Yeah, yeah. Oh God,
Go put it on your scroll saw.
Shred-
It'll knock it out real quick.
that'll shred everything. Yeah, the scroll saw is not a bad idea.
Scroll saw would work pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, I almost got it all the way through here. It works pretty well. I mean, you don't do it that often, but there you go. You see, there's half of it. And now we just do the other half. Then comes the fun part.
There is one?
Yeah. It's at the very, 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 very end. Because this is somewhat fun. As long as you don't cut your finger.
Jim says he's having fun now.
Yeah. It is. It's quite entertaining. I mean,
you're
I'm
not
cutting,
the one squeezing it.
Yeah. Well, it's not that bad because these things open up quite a bit. And then it's done. All right. So we have our 2 sets of cables. Stretch them out as best as possible. Now, again, the fun part. Let me start with one. Take off one side. All right. So I've got my one side. Strip all the ends.
Strip.
But these strippers are great.
I've got a pair like that. I like them.
I love these. They strip pretty quick.
Jim Basir says you have man hands.
I hope so. With all the blocks I've been moving in my life, yeah. So like I said, this is the next step. Little time consuming.
Jim asks, how's the property doing?
Oh, doing very well. Doing very well. I contracted an architect for the plans. So I expect should be breaking ground pretty much on track with what I thought around November, early November, if not sooner. I'll have the permit by. I expect to have it by October, possibly even by September, because I'll apply for it in September, and I'm probably going to do one of those, sit outs and walk and do the walkthrough myself. Being that the architect is local and reputable and has done much work, and I might even have a runner do it, so I might not even be present for the job at all. Next step: strip the stupid things away from here, and I have somewhere around here an old cable box, which is now my new garbage box because my garbage box is full. So.
Mako asked you a question. Mako Shark asked you a question.
Yeah.
He says, wow, how many boxes are you making and how much do you sell them for and what's included? Has a sales question for you.
Well, Javi.com/store. I
Boom,
make,
there you go.
on average, I make 2 to 3 boxes a week. I don't make any money off them because, as you can see, by the time it takes me to do this, at $5 an hour, which is roughly what it comes to, that's why nobody's ever done this before. And that's why the people that have done it in the past have quit. And eventually, when I stop enjoying myself, or need more time, then I also will leave it by the wayside. But the boxes are just the plain boxes are $5.75. The motors are a deal and a half because I give you 4. The motors are normally on Amazon $45 each. NEMA 25, NEMA 425 ounce inch, NEMA 23 425 ounce. They're anywhere between $40 and $45, $46, depending on where you get them from, and including shipping and all that. And I sell them, so that means 4 of them will run you between $160 and $180. I sell them for $200. That includes a good amount of wire and pre-wired for my Javi stops. So aviation connectors. If you buy the kit without the wired motors, you get 4 of these. You take care of it yourself. I ain't wiring it for you. And then, but if for the additional amount, it's worth it. Definitely worth it. So what I do now is I pull out the blues. Why, you may ask, do you pull out the blues? Well, there's a method to my madness. Blue and black are very similar. And when I pull out all the blues, I don't pull all the wires out of each one because that is just real hard to get them all out of the sheath. But if you just pull one out, namely any color, if you pull any one out, the other 3 will pull right out. I can actually grab almost the whole roll and yank them out. You'll see that in a second. The reason I do blue first is because when the rest of the colors are remaining, I have to separate them. Very easy for me to separate black, yellow, and red. Blue and black, sometimes I have to think more. It's not like that hard to tell the difference between blue and black, but when I'm grabbing a bunch of them at the same time, there tends to be a few blues and blacks mixed up together. So anyway, these are the blues.
I like the blues myself. I'm a blues man. I like the blues.
I got the blues. Ain't got no money. I'm just sitting down this road.
There you go.
Ain't got no money, honey. I'm just sitting down this lonely, lonely old road. Ain't got no money because I forgot my automated teller code. That is Weird Al, actually.
Yeah, it still sounds good.
It's a great song. I'm just a glue sniffing, worthless ball of twine. I don't know. It's just, yeah. I don't care what he sings. It's fantastic.
I'm surprised he's still going after all these years.
He just got a new one out.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't heard it yet, but I look forward to. Now, I don't know if it's a single or if it's 2 of them. And most of the thing I used to love about Weird Al, even in the like, for instance, Smells Like Nirvana.
Yeah.
Okay. When he came out with that one, I was not into Nirvana. I was not into Kurt Cobain. I didn't enjoy any of that music, However, because of Weird Al, and this has happened numerous times because of Weird Al. The first time I didn't hear the Nirvana song. I heard Weird Al's song first.
Mm-hmm.
And the beautiful thing about Weird Al's music is, or albums, is that he, crap. Hang on a second. I am on a, where's my mouse? Here it is.
I don't know, but you froze.
Yeah. I know. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Let me message my daughter. Oh, hang on a second. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't. You're not
Okay.
moving.
No. Let me stop the camera and turn it back on again. Maybe that'll do it. Holy cow. Hang on a second. Leave it to Apple to take over my computer with the stupid FaceTime. Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Jim. I haven't seen the Ted's Woodworking Plan in quite some time. You saying it's back?
Yeah. What's that?
Jim was saying that the Ted's Woodworking Plan scams are back on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen one here in quite some time. Must have just got back.
Okay. There we go. On a live show. Call you later. That's okay. So, what was I saying a second ago? Oh yeah, Weird Al on the thing I love about his albums is that he has an eclectic mix of the old stuff, the new stuff. You know, it's numerous different parodies throughout the years, regardless of the newness of the album. That way, yeah, I don't like the Nirvana stuff, but there's half a dozen things I love in his album. So I'll buy his album, I'll listen to his album, and I'll listen to everything because I like the singer. So like the group, and eventually I'll get accustomed to this, like the polkas, you know. Hey Joe, what you doing with that gun in your hand? I'm gonna shoot my old lady. Got her messing around with another man. You know, I didn't know that song. It was one of those gaps in my memory. But ever since hearing it on Weird Al, in a polka mix of a bunch of songs, whenever that song comes on, now instead of just my eyes glazing over, I actually listen to it, and now I like it. You know, well, so I mean, Word Crimes is a perfect example. Doom, 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 doom. That was the parody of Alan Thicke's son. What's his name? Robin Thicke's song.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell.
I quit listening to Robin. I don't listen to that. That's too new for me.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I loved Word Crimes. I don't know if you ever heard Word Crimes.
No.
It's oh my God! It just I'll after the show I'll play it for you because you just without sounding arrogant, brainiacs like me that are grammar police type of people. Oh, I love that song because he uses literally properly. He uses all the different words as they should be used, the kind of stuff that I get so upset when people use it the wrong way.
Right.
You know, being a part of the woodworking community, there are quite a number of Southerners. I could argue that I'm one of them because there's nothing more far south than Miami, but yeah, I'm from the deep South, even though we're not Southern at all. Anyway, so when I interact with pretty much everyone in the community, they'll say, "Oh yeah, it's my computer's working good now." You know, it's normal speech.
Mhm.
And I say Southerners because because over the years that's become normal speech in Southern countries. They just don't use good at all in Northern countries. I don't know what they just use different words. It's not that they don't say it wrong also, but
Mhm.
as well, but you know, and people don't know when to use good, when to use well. And
Right.
it's,
That's
to
one of
me,
those.
it's the easiest thing in the world.
Mm,
Something is good, something works well. If it's a
works well.
verb,
Mhm.
well is an adverb.
Mhm.
How's your machine working? It's working well. It's you know, how does it look? It looks good, you know? So, oh, my machine works good. Wrong,
Mhm.
but everybody says it. So it's gotten to the point where I even say it now because when you're surrounded by, hey, do as they do. But
Well, Dave gave you the old Southern slang. Bless his heart.
yeah, there you go. There you go. There's another one. I love that one. That's my favorite. I use that all the time ever since I found out what it meant.
Yeah, that don't mean the same down here as it does in the north.
No, definitely not. And I'm so glad that I know the Southern version because I use it in the North all the time. They have no idea what the hell I'm saying.
Mhm.
Bless your heart. I learned that one. My favorite was there's a comedian. Oh, what was her name? She used to be a Miss Universe or one of these pageants. I'm sure you know her. She's an older lady now. What is her name? Joanna, I want to say Joanna. No, someone will come up with the name in a second. I'm sure. Funny, funny, funny. I'm drop dead hilarious. I listen to her all the time. She talks about okay, here, this will give it away. She talks about her husband as left brain. Yeah, she's
That's not making it hard.
right brain and left brain. I mean, it's anybody who's ever heard her, you'll know who I'm talking about. Anyway, she's the one who years ago turned me on to to Bless Your Heart.
Hmm.
And yeah, the first time somebody said it to me, I go, yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
That's how you know if somebody knows it. If
Yeah.
you tell them bless your heart and they go, hey, yeah, then they know it. If they say, oh, thank you, they're completely oblivious.
Yes, indeed.
Bless his heart. Well, anyways, folks, let's see. What do we got here? 9:24. We got another 6 minutes. Just enough time for me to separate these wires. So there's the blues. We got the blues. And now, and this is only half of it. I still got the other half over there to do, but I piled them up, and then eventually I strapped them all together and have them all nice and neatly placed. And that's my little procedures. Let's pick any color. I'll go for yellow, and then I just separate all the yellows. Pick all the yellows.
It's so colorful when you got them piled up like that. You take all
Yeah.
the yellows away, it doesn't look the same.
I know. It just doesn't look the same. Then it looks like I'm wiring a car because it's all red and black left over.
Yeah.
It don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Maggart said Gene Robertson.
That's it. Jeannie
Yep.
Robertson. Yep, that's it.
I had no idea who that was.
Yeah. Oh my God, you got to listen to her stuff. She's hilarious. I mean, clean. That's another thing.
Mhm.
I'm not big on the. I'm not big on the foul mouth.
On the vulgarity out there.
No. I'm
Don't need it.
sorry, but don't need it. And here's the thing: I've not only surrounded myself with clean speaking people and an occasional Patrick's that
Hey, he's giving you blobbity blue.
blobbity blue.
Yeah, man.
No,
Can't make it without that.
No, that's Drew that came up with that one.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah. Drew Oxford is the original creator of blobbity bluebity with that Gomer Pyle accent of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are people in this world. I mean, there are, people in the North say Southern accent, and they just leave it at that. Mm-hmm. Southern accent. Look. I've. That's like saying Northern accent. There's Bostonian. There's right. New England. There's Canadian. There's Wisconsinian. There's New York. There's Brooklyn. All of them are Northern accents. You can't just say one accent fits all. Southern is the same thing. You got the people with the twang. You got the with the twang. You got the people with the you got the bless your heart people. I mean, you got the people with. I got a buddy of mine, Larry, who very similar to Larry the Cable Guy in speech. Very similar to Mr. Haney in the way he conducts himself. This man has such a heavy Texan drawl that most people just can't understand him. Almost to the level of Louisiana swamp people. But your people, and now I've seen enough swamp people and all that I could easily understand. But I mean, you get some of my Miami friends and they go, I don't know what the hell they're saying. He said this, and I got to be the translator. But the bottom line is it's not Southern. It's not, I mean, it's just, they're all Southern. It's not one accent, so, oh yeah, it's got that Southern accent. What the hell does that mean? I mean, I know what a Southern accent is by, when I hear it, but there's more to it.
Jim Dockrell says there's a video out there where a guy does like 50 American accents. And he said it's funny as all heck.
Oh man, I have to find that one for me. I definitely gotta see that because that's something I would really enjoy. Because I pick up on those, and I love it.
Yeah.
You got accents. You got accents like Sterling from the Hill Country, and then you got accents from the West Virginia Hill Country.
I was just I was a kid. I was a kid in school, and we had a kid from West Virginia come to Texas.
Right.
I think I was probably in the 7th or 8th grade, and I literally could not understand what that kid was saying.
Well, see, there you go.
I pride myself on being able to, to understand because I can pick it out.
Yeah.
But this kid just had he had a hell of an accent, and I couldn't hardly make it out. It unnerved me.
Yeah.
To hear him say, what did he say?
Yeah, there you go.
One of those things.
And well, folks, I've got all 4 separated here, and it is 9:30, the bewitching hour. So you guys all have a wonderful day. And I will look for that 50 American accent video. That sounds like fun. So see you all tomorrow for my show, and I'll let you know what it's about. It's the beginning. I mean, right now it's going to be beginner tips and tricks. As soon as I compile some. So you guys all have a wonderful day, and see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on this very channel.
See you later.
Same
folks.
bad time.